We at Planned Parenthood come into their lives at such a vulnerable time. And even though we know them, we spend time with them for a very short period, we have the ability to make a tremendous impact on their lives.
Being born to a 15-year-old mother and a 17-year-old father, it made me a stereotype. And I was supposed to also be a teenage parent. My parents are awesome, loving, but when I did decide to start having sex, it was a conversation that I just didn't want to have. I just didn't feel like I wanted to share that with anyone. It was my personal decision, and I did not want to be irresponsible with that decision, though. And I knew I definitely needed to be active, proactive, and go and get birth control. And Planned Parenthood was where I went. It was a really safe environment. And then it made me feel good that I was making a good decision for myself. They listened, they gave me options. I never felt ashamed, and hence I was not a teenage parent. I think that's like the biggest impact that Planned Parenthood had on my life.
It's for me and great benefit for can go to the doctor, and it's very professional, it's very friendly, and feel me wonderful, and I feel now happy because I can check my body and I'm sure that I'm okay. And this is very important for work, for live, for have a happy life, no?
One of the most challenging parts of our job, and to me one of the most rewarding, is when we're able to help a patient through what is probably one of the most tragic situations in their life. A patient comes to mind who is 17 and diagnosed with herpes, and to her it was the most tragic thing that's ever happened to her. She was crying and didn't know what it was going to mean to her, how it was going to affect her for the rest of her life, and we were able to give her education and to give her treatments and to give her support when she felt like she had no one else. Those are the kind of moments at our job where you really know you're doing something good for your patients.
Planned Parenthood has a very special place for me. When it came time to get pregnant, I knew it was going to be difficult. And my husband and I were ready to, start trying to have a family, and it was really frustrating because I couldn't tell what was going on. I got an appointment with the education coordinator, and it cost me $25, and she spent 45 minutes with me and gave me a calendar, gave me a basal thermometer, and taught me the rhythm method, which is what people use to not get pregnant. Well, she taught it to me to figure out when I'd be ovulating. So she sent me on my way, and I took my temperature every day, and about 95 days later I was pregnant. And I still remember the date, and I now have a beautiful, healthy son. So it was Planned Parenthood that helped me get pregnant, planned my pregnancy, and now I have my miracle baby who's 18 and a half, and so I'm indebted to Planned Parenthood.
From being a client to then working there for 7 great years, knowing the history, knowing the services, but most importantly the education, that's something that I'll never be able to pay back. That is just something that will stick with me forever. And now as a mom, I can share that information with my kids in terms of knowing there's a safe place for you to go, for men, for women, for teens, and to be able to utilize those services and be able to ask the questions and get the information in a safe, appropriate, correct way. So it's impacted my life tremendously.
Thank you, Planned Parenthood, for being there for me when I felt like I had nowhere else to go, and helping me be able to make my own decision of when I wanted to grow my family.
I'm very lucky to have Planned Parenthood here. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Planned Parenthood, for helping me get my miracle child. He's the biggest, most wonderful gift of my life.
Thank you, Planned Parenthood, for always being there. And I pray that you continue to be there, not only for me, not only for my daughter, but for my future grandbabies. You do an amazing service. Thank you.